So, where I left off last time, I was just working on this bank right here, and what I really want to do is do a little bit of interior work. Last time I just finished the overhead lamps, and I really like how they turned out, but today I think I'm doing some desks and just thinking about how this bank should look, how it should work, all of that. This room right here is supposed to be some sort of employees only section, and what I'm thinking is that there should be like a staircase up to the second floor, which is up here, just 2 blocks up. This should be kind of like an office area for all of the people who work at the bank. This is of course where the front desk should be and all of that other stuff. And I might have to pull up some reference photos at some point just to see how normal banks look. Not often that I really go to the bank. But down here we have the basement, which is more like the ground floor, as you can see here. And what I'm thinking is there should be some sort of vault down here, and then maybe some janitor's office and all of that. But for now I'm thinking I want to continue working on this right here. So what I'm doing is I think I will take these and continue over here. Not all the way up, but somewhat. And I'm actually going to do it like this. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a wall right here. And just like that. This is supposed to be a bathroom. Not a bathroom, just a toilet. So I'm taking a sign and doing a woman's bathroom here, men's over here. And I'm just doing the exact same thing, so just 3 blocks tall. It's more of a screen more than a wall. And I can't spell that, so just like that. And I think I'm just doing, no, I'm keeping ladies. Good. And I need to do the layout here as well. So I'm just doing this. And like that. Good. And let me just take these doors, pop them right in, right there, and another one here. We of course need to do this, and that should be fine. Of course you can't really get up here and look down, so that's good. And let's see, we need a set of stairs, and I'm thinking polished diorite, and then I want an iron trap door and a lever. And now we can do the toilet here, I think, just like that. And we need a hand wash. So we just do it like this. It looks like the someone left the seat up. And we go over here where we can put in a sink, which I'm thinking we of course can't do that, so we just do this and this. And we go over here. Kinda looks like a sink. Anything else we need in here? Anything that looks like a roll of toilet paper, maybe? Not really. Kinda looks like a sink. No. I think this is fine. And we just do the same over here. That looks like just doing a toilet here. And that is of course activated because of this, but that's fine. And we do a wash over here, just so it isn't too cramped. And yeah, that looks very nice. And I'm just taking this stair just to finish the wall. And now we do the same over here. I've got these blocks. Just building this up. And right there. There. And that looks good. So once again we just go in with our doors. Over here with the other door. And just a toilet here. And another toilet here. Should be fine. Yeah. And a forgot the name of this. Wash. Hand wash. And another one there. And that should be the toilet stand. Not really going to do anything with this, because I think that is fine. Could have done a urinal in here, but I'm not going to do that. Right, this looks fine. Let's just go in and say employees only. Looks good. And I'm also going in with some doors here. And let's see where we want our staircase. It's just a personnel staircase, so it doesn't really need to be that fancy. But I'm thinking of going in over here. Like this. Just filling this in once again. Hello to you as well. And now we just go in with the staircase, and this needs to be reversed. And I'm just going down, and I think I need to do this a bit wider, just so you don't bump your head while you're going up. There might be employees, but we can treat them nicely in our world. So I'm just going back and forth, doing this nice little staircase. And next up, I'm thinking I need some lamps in here, just so it isn't that as dark. Like this. And now we're done with the staircase, more or less. I'm thinking I need to do a railing of some sorts. So I'm just doing like this, all the way up. And now we're done with the staircase, more or less. And I'm just doing this, and we can have some sort of under the stairs closet or room or something like this. Probably just some supplies for the janitor for this floor. And this should be the staircase all done. And I'm just doing a little room or door in here, and let's, just to keep it coherent, take some sea lanterns and do this, just to light it up a bit. Now, how would I like to do the other lamps? I'm thinking I want it to be more or less the same as out here, so just a smaller version. So I'm just doing this. all the way along, I can take these sea lanterns like that. And now I just wrap my stairs around them, just to give a bit of detail, like that. And to make sure it isn't floating, let's see, 1, 2, oh sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So let's just do every fourth. Let's see. Yeah, just like that. So it's all even and very nice. Good. And I might just do one more over here, maybe just doing this actually. Let's see. And here I want to do this. Pull this out. And let's just see, like that. And we can just wrap this around once again, like this. And we have light. So let's see, just doing this. And I might actually just do this, just so all of these line up. I know it's kind of offset here, but I think it looks nice anyway. Just like that. And we have a lamp. Let's just cover it up a bit. Don't really think sea lanterns look the nicest on their own, but like that we have a very nice lamp. And I'm also going to do something about this, and I'm thinking it's just going to be like an accent to the birch door right here. Yeah, I think that looks very fine. And let's just put in a bit of a lamp more over here, just a standing lamp like this, probably fine. Yeah, no, I really don't like how that looked, so let's see, what can we do? Might just do something like this and this, put in this and this, and we just fill it out with these. Whoops, wrong placement, and there we are, more or less. Just need 2 more. Whoops, wrong again. And I think that looks decent. Might just do this. I think that's a little bit better. Let's see, I think we need to find a placement for the stairs going, well, downstairs. But I was wondering if I should do it out here, just so we could have like a big vault at the back of the bank, but I'm not so certain. So I think I need to take a look at some reference photos before I really continue work at the bank. So what I'm going to do instead is just go over here and continue to work on this like suburbs area, you could call it. I also have like a bunch of townhouses and apartment buildings, and of course the bank that we just worked at. So what I'm going to do is just, well, find out how deep these plots of land should be, so I can wrap the road around. Let's see. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's about 31 blocks, so just 30 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About that. And I'm just doing a bit of cheeky world edit just to speed up the process a little bit. Let's just pull this up to here. And replace all of this with smooth stone, like that. And we just do the same over here, just a bit further. And with gray concrete this time. Like that. And we have our road as well. So let's just pull this a ways back. Like so. Whoops, wrong. I'm just doing undo and like that. Cool. So next up we need to build the first house, and we need to find a block palette for that first. So might just do what I also did a bit of a ways over here with the sandstone and the deep slate, which I quite like actually. Looks pretty nice with the contrast. So let me just take all of these blocks very quickly, like that. And did I have any? Well, I use bricks of these, but I'm thinking, let's see, let me just take this, and this should be good. So next step is the foundation of the house, and this is quite a big plot, and I'm thinking, because I gave this such a big plot, I'm actually just going to cut it down a bit, also just to offset the plots of land, not make it too even. Yeah, this is nice. So now it's just to work on the foundation, and I'm going to do the same as over here. So I'm taking the sandstone as the main like block for the walls, and I'm taking this for accents. So let's see, I want the door to be around here, and I'm thinking what I want to do is just do this and this, and take this a bit up to around here, go over here just to have some sort of opening, like that. I'm just taking this a bit further out, like that, and then we're going back a bit, like so, and out a bit. So this is sort of the shape of the house, I think. And let's see, I want to do the doorway, and what I'm going to do is just this with a stair there, just to give it kind of an indent. So let's see, I want this walkway right here to be deep slate, and yeah, I could just have taken blocks, but I'm a bit too lazy. And this is going to be where we can park a car. So what I'm going to do, and what I really am beginning to like doing, is taking my slabs out here, just doing a bit of a overhang. And then I'm going to make this part of the roof a bit lower down than this part of the roof. So I'm doing up and then flat, I think. Let's see, like that. And just pulling this over. And I want everything to be like one block, but like half a block above. So like this. Same that I've done over, not over there, but over here. Let's just see, like here. If I can make a football stadium, and that's actually a really good idea. Haven't been thinking that much about it, but that's a really, really good idea. I think I'm actually going to do that, probably not today because I need to get some inspiration before I take on like such a big project. I know the bank over here took me a couple of hours, and a football stadium is just going to take a little bit more to make, but that is a really, really good idea. Really like it. That might just go over there somewhere. Need to find a big plot of land for it. But yeah, I like that. So let's see. I think this is fine. And I'm just going to finish some walls because I am kind of curious as to how I'm going to do the rest of the roof, and that's really nice. I would like to see how you are doing it, just to get some ideas, but that's really cool. Let's see. So I'm going to put that in there. Let's just take this around, and now we have this shape of the house done. Should I go one more? No, I think I'm just doing this. Kind of has an L shape, but with the roof it is more of a square. Like this. Let's see, up to there. Let me just take this, turn it into a set of stairs. I might actually just do this and flip the stairs like this, just to give the illusion of a windowsill, which takes me to my next point, which is getting some glass. And I'm thinking I'm going to stick with the normal ones, just plain glass like that. And now I'm going to take this over. Let's see, doing this and this. Maybe no. Let's see. So one of the things that I'm really struggling with is when I'm building freehand, it's just a bunch of trial and error. So let's see, I'm going to remove this and just do this, because sometimes you're not really happy with the shape your house is taking and you need to change it. And when I'm doing this streaming thing, I need to talk at the same time, which is proving quite challenging. And I quite like that. It's going to look a bit better when I get the entire roof done. And here I'm just going to punch this in actually. So we do this and put in some deep slate. And then I'm going to put the window out here. And inside you have a windowsill. So that looks good. Let's see. Can't really put any more windows out in front. And now I think I can finish the roofing like this and this, and we'll just go all the way up like that. And now the next step is to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the roof. What I was originally thinking was just to flatten it out, but I don't really know if I would be happy with that. Might just try to put in another part of the roof going upwards so it meets in the middle. If I put in a middle, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, I did not. But it is going to meet up at the top. There's going to be a pyramid, but one of the sides is just more sloped than the other. So let's see if that works. And it is quite a long process to place all of these tiles. I might be able to do it in World Edit, but I'm not comfortable enough yet. Let's see. Do I want to continue it out here? Or, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a tiny balcony up here. So I'm pushing the walls a bit back to about there. Then I'm going to continue the roof. Just like that. And doing the same over on the other side. Like that. Now I can continue a bit. Just going to be like this. Can't really get any taller. Might actually be a stretch to put in a balcony, but we'll have to see. Yeah, it's not really going to work with the balcony idea. I can see that now. Because the roof isn't going to get up to be tall enough. So we just have to scrap that. But we're going to continue with the roof. Like that. And let's just do the same thing over here. And I'm also going to remove these blocks. But I am still thinking about how to or what to do with this part, just because it needs some detail, or else it's just going to be too flat for my liking. So let's see, and we just need to go up one more. This, and I'm going to take the blocks. I should have done this from the beginning, but apparently I didn't. And that's way faster. Like that. Let's see. What can we do with this? Might just do this. And this probably needs to be changed. Alright, and I'm thinking let's push it in just one block and see if that's any good. Let's see, right there. And I need a tile there. And I think it's not really what I had in mind, but it's better than a flat roof. Let's see, can I do anything? I want to try this maybe. yeah, the other was better. So like that. And now I want to take this. It's not a full block, so I'm just going to do that. Just to give it a bit of support. Next up, I'm doing the what do you call this? The place where you park your car, the garage, but it's not really a garage because there's no roof. Or there is a roof, but there are no walls. Like this. And let's just connect this. Now we're just missing 2 walls, but that shouldn't be that much of a problem. I'm thinking over here I want some windows up top instead of down here. So I'm just doing this, and right here a break, and right here block there, and fill in the windows like that. And I think that looks really nice. This is just going to be a solid wall right here up to this point, and then we're going to place in some windows like that. And here we can have a big window, but I'm thinking I want a door right about here, just going out to the garden. And we're taking this up, placing 2 stairs, and putting in some windows up here. So like that, and right there. Let's see. I'm going to put in a layer up top so the glass doesn't meet the roof. And let's just do this all the way over. And I'm thinking we just have a nice big window here. So let's put in the windowsill right here. Whoops. Right there. And just fill in all of the glass pane. And these are really a glass pane to put in when you're only placing them next to each other. But that looks nice. And let's just go in with some birch wood inside. Just fill in the entire floor. And I'm not going to do any interior work because I'm not really that good at it, and I don't really like to do it. So I'm just doing the exteriors. And that also fills in the city way faster than doing interiors on every single building. But just like that, we are done with this house, except we need the doors right there, right there. And now it's time to just very quickly take some bone meal and a flowering sailor, just to put something in the yard right there, just doing grass all over. And like that, the yard also has some life. Great. That's one house down, more or less. We need to do the fence out in front. And I'm just going to keep the same as over here. I think this looks really nice. Very happy about how that turned out. And I'm just going to take it all the way over to here, and in this gap, and continue it over to here. And like that, we have a fence. And that is the house complete. And I really like how it turned out actually. It's not my favorite of this part, but it's definitely nice. So I'm just going to go over here and just take some inspiration from some of the other things I've built. And yeah, these two houses are clones, just because I liked how it turned out. I wanted to try it in a different color. Let's see. So let's see what we have to work with. I think I'm doing a wooden house next, and the question is, what type of wood am I going to use? Tried this, didn't really turn out how I really wanted it to, but it could work. Let's see, I'm probably going with spruce. Let's just get all of the spruce. And let's see, could do some like a hay bale roof. That might work. Let's see. Going to do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and 1, 2, here and here. More or less the same shape as over there, but a little bit different. And we do this. And let's see. Just here, here, and here. Just to keep it consistent. Like that. And on second thought, I'm going to take some stone. Probably just I'm thinking polished, no, normal andesite, and just do a foundation, and I'm just going to wrap it all around the spruce wood like so, just all around where I place these. And when I'm done with this, I'm just pulling the spruce a little bit up. So like that, we have our foundation. And let's see, might just do an X. And let's see, just filling this in. So replace air with andesite. Like that. Really speeds up the process just a bit. Just like that. We have the foundation all done. And yeah, let's just pull these up to about 3 each. Just like that. And I'm probably going to extend them just a bit more. So let's see. Want to go in one behind and do the walls with spruce planks. Just like this. And that is the outline of the house. So let's see. This is going to be the entrance, probably here actually. So get up to this area. Might just extend this. And let's see, what can we do? Probably just going to keep this simple. So put in a door. And let's see, windows here. I want the windowsills that I did on the house before, like this. Let's just kick this out and get some white glass. and right there. That means we need to pull this up just one more. Drag this around all the way around. Like so. Let's just put in a layer of spruce all the way around here. Should probably just have done world edit, but now I'm doing it this way. And we're nearly done. And like that we have another floor. So now I want to quickly decide where I'm going to make the second floor and where I'm going to make a balcony. So I'm probably just doing this, and just for the sake of it, I'm going to pull this up from the ground floor like so, and this is going to be the balcony right here, and the rest is just going to be the second floor. So let's just pull this up a little bit. 3 seems like a good number right there. And let's think about this. Can we do that? No, I'm thinking I want to stick with a normal like wooden roof, and I have a pretty good idea on how I'm going to pull that off. But right now let's just put in some columns down here like that, and that also there, and all the way around here. Now I can go outside just to see how things will look out here. Let me just put in some paints here, here, just some small windows. All of this is, no, actually all of this is going to be filled in. Over here, we also fill in. And here we do this, do the windowsill, and fill in with glass paint, like that. And we just need a couple more windows. Like that, the ground floor is complete. We need to install a door, and we're just going the easy way, taking a spruce door, and there we are. Next up, the second floor, and I'm going to drop the andesite, and I'm going to drop the door for now, and now I'm taking some cobblestone. Let's see. Also gone with that, and I'm thinking I'm going to make this roof really like have a very tall peak. I'm just going in with a layer of planks, layer of stairs, and I'm doing another layer of stairs here. Maybe. See, yeah, doing a layer of stairs here all the way over. Seems I missed a spot, And I'm doing the same on the other side, so a layer of planks all the way over. Whoops, not stairs there. Layer of stairs down below, like this, all the way over, and above, all the way over. And next up, doing this, taking another layer of planks all the way over, doing the exact same on the other side, all the way over, and a layer of stairs on top. And this way we are getting a really steep roof. And this is honestly one of my favorite ways to build roofs. I've always done a couple of houses like this, and I think there's another one in this world. I can't exactly remember. It might be over there somewhere. But now we are putting in another layer of stairs, and then we're just finishing this with a layer of slabs, just to put in a nice even finish to the roof. Then we are just taking these stairs up here, and usually I pull the roof just like one block out from the house, and I'm doing the same here, just with cobblestone. And I'm doing it with the cobblestone just to give a bit of detail. So doing this, and I'm just doing the exact same pattern as before, going all the way up and all the way down. Good thing about this is it takes not quite as long as doing everything else. Just like that, and we have one more detail, and that's just dragging this one more block down than everything else. And we just do the exact same thing on the other side. So it's just a stair, a block with a stair on top, a block with a stair on top, a block with a stair on top. And you can repeat this for as tall as the roof is. But I wouldn't recommend doing it for like really thick houses, because you're just ending up with a very tall roof, and yeah, it is going to look a bit weird. But if you're going for weird, it might just work. But with that, we are done with the roof. And I think it looks really nice for this build here. So just so it doesn't look as flimsy, we're going to need to put in some walls also on the top. So let's just do this, and I can't really do anything there. And all of this, I'm thinking, is going to be glass, just every single block. And let's see, just putting this all the way along, because you can't really see it from the outside. And then I'm just over here doing this. Whoops. Yeah, so down here I pushed it back one, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it most of the way around, but not over here. Let's see if this works. Can we do this? Yeah. This looks really nice. But for the rest of the house, I'm going to drag this around. But first I'm going to work on this part of the house. Let's just fill this in like so. And there's space for a giant window. Let's see how we're going to do this. And I might just sacrifice some of the interior space right here, just so I can go in and build a giant window. Let's see, looks nice, and I'm just doing a big window from top to bottom. Let's see, glass, grabbing some white glass, just pushing it back. Like so. And we just fill in with wood. Let's see how that works. And I think that looks really nice, but kinda want to do this and this, and that is way better. And we just do the same over on the other side. So just fill this in, all of these blocks, all the way down. Let's see. We can't really do that because of this doorway, so I might have to rethink this. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. Let's just do this all the way up. And I'm not going to fill this in completely, but I am going to do a bit of a design. So what I'm doing is I'm just filling in a cross, just to give the window some personality. And I really like how that turned out. Looks great, and that more or less wraps up this house. We need a door, and we need this wall. And I know there's not a lot of space to work with in here, but it's my world and I can do more or less what I want. And what I want is the outside look. And that looks great. I'm really happy about how this turned out. Now I just need to put in a door and do a bit of an entrance, just so you can get into the house. Let's see. Pretty sure you can get some stairs here and some walls. And I'm just doing this, taking this, and just filling this in all the way out to the road. I'm taking this out. Let's see, I can do this, and I can do, let's see, like that. And I think that looks really neat. I'm just going to go in with some lanterns just to finish up the build. Let's see, and I'm going to extend this out. Probably not actually, I like this better. Put in some lanterns, and that should do it. Next up is just the, oh, voice crack, the garden. So let's see, I'm just going to attach this. Let's see, I'm actually going to extend this out so it meets with the lanterns, and continue with this. And this house isn't going to have any form of garage or anything like that, so I'm not going to build an area for that. Like that. Oops. And let's see. Probably just there. Next up, just a bit of gardening. So I'm taking my hedges and I'm going to take some bone meal and some flowering azalea. which is more or less just my go-to for this. Like that. Let's see, I'm going to put in an entrance here to the yard and just do a bit of bone meal just to give it some texture. I'm thinking this family has 2 trees, like that, and like so, and it just gives it a bit of life. I really like how this turned out. So let's see, should we do one more? I'm thinking I want to extend the road down first. So let's just do that. Take this and drag it all the way up here. And it's right there. Perfect. We have a road all the way up. Let's see. What should the next build be? I might do something along the lines of this, because I actually really dig how this turned out. So this is cobbled deep slate. Let's see. Cobbled deep slate, cobbled deep slate. We'll just take everything. And birch. Not birch. Let's see. Just going with the planks here. And the door. And let's build something. So again, first I want the foundations down. And I'm probably, let's see. I want one part to be here, then I want 3 blocks, and I want this to just go up a bit, maybe like so to so, and 3 blocks more, and we're up here. Let's see. So I think I had a different pillar block over here, which I'm going to use once again, just to give it some difference to the roof, which is going to be this deep slate right here and all the way up. So this is going to be the layout, and down here we have the start of the roof. So just pull this all the way over. And next up, this. And here I'm only going to make it 1 block wide at the edge. And let's see if it's far enough. So we just go all the way over, 1 up, all the way over. And I'm going to adjust those pillars if need be. So we're just going over, once again, 1 up and over. And this actually seems to be the perfect height. And this probably isn't going to be a part of the house. I'm not really cleared with that yet. But let's just continue and see what it's going to look like when it's done. Like that. Go up 1 block, all the way over, and up 1 block again. Same exact process. Over and over. Like so. And let's see. this is not going to be a part of the inside of the house, so I'm going to take this pillar right there, go up here, like so, and let's see, this over here needs to be a little bit bigger, probably just like this, and we just extend it over. Let's see if this works. I'm just doing this. How does this look? And I think I like it. Good. This is the outline of the house. Next up is just, well, filling in the walls. Let me just do a bit of a foundation here, just so no grass is showing when I fill this in. So let's just fill all of this in. And the inside of the house is just going to be planks instead. Like so. And we need to extend it over here and all the way down here. And let's see. Thinking, let's just put the door here, actually, like so. Put in a staircase, door, and some windows. Let's just pull this down and let's get some glass panes. And once again, I'm going with white, like so. This looks very nice. This isn't really going to be used for anything, so I'm just filling. I think I'm going to fill everything around this up with walls, like so. And we might be able to do some storage with this. I'm not exactly sure. But let's fill all of this in with planks, just so we have some sort of floor to walk on. And once again, I should have just used world edit, but I'm limited by the amount of spaces in my hotbar. Like that. Great. We now have the front done and we have the floor done. So next up, I'm going to fill this in just all the way over. Whoops. Like this. And then that. I might just do a door just so you can get in here. But other than that, I'm just filling everything in. Next up, I'm not going to do a back door. I'm thinking you just leave from the front. So I'm doing a window here. Just a single column, like so. And here I'm going to do this, 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 and that. Maybe. I quite like that. Next up, let's just fill in this with stairs. Most of this wall is going to be covered by windows anyway, so it's easier just to fill it in and just decide where there's not going to be any windows. And I think the outside is going to be one of those places, just like that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. So we have 2 with 3 and 1 that's too wide. And I might actually just do this, just to give it some differentiation, like so. And that turned out to be quite nice. I really like how that turned out. Let's just do a spin around. It's a really funky roof, but I dig it, and really neat. Now let's just put in some details. So let me take some smooth stone right here and just drag this up, just so we have a place to park our car. And I'm probably just going to extend it all the way up here. Whoops. Take some grass, just like so. And we're going to do just a tiny walkway up to the door and do this. Now we take the mangrove leaves, just fill in a tiny bit here, and let's see, where do we want the division to be? I think I'm actually just going to take it right along the driveway, like so. And I'm just doing a little hedge here, like that. Now it's time for the fence, and I'm just continuing this like diorite and birch on top, because I think it looks really nice. And we just take this down here and over here, like so. Good. Next step is, I'm thinking I want some sailor. This is probably just my favorite type of tree, just based on how they spawn in. There's so much variety in it, and well, it's this or building my own trees, and I'm not that good at building trees, so I'm taking the easy way. Let's just do a bit of bone mealing, just to give a bit of life. At some point I might do a more tidy garden, but for now I really like this. Just brings in a bit of life to everything. So I have one plot left, and then I'm done with this side of the road, and then I think I'm about done for now. So let's see what we could figure out. Let's see what we have. Blocks, just to gain a bit of inspiration. Might just do red sandstone with normal sandstone. So normal sandstone with red sandstone accents. Let's see, I'm just doing the normal sandstone, not the smooth. And I might just take the cut red sandstone and the smooth stairs. So let's see, just going to go over here and take some inspiration. Did this apartment complex or motel or hotel, or yeah, I haven't really figured out what this is. but I'm really happy about how this turned out. So I'm just looking to see if I can get a little bit of inspiration for the next part, which I think I can. So what I really want to do is some sort of balcony, and I want to do the entire outline of the house with red sandstone. So just like so. Let's see, one more. And I know I'm starting from up top, but that's because I wanted my balcony to be a big part of this. So let's just extend this just a bit more, like that. And we just add one more floor. Let's see, I'm probably not going to do a roof per se, but I am going to do some detailing in another way. So I might just push, oh, I know what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to keep everything on the same level. We don't need this because this is my balcony. So I need to do this and this. Right. So I'm just doing the outline just to get a kind of an idea of what I have to work with. And this is really something I like when I'm freestyling, building, just doing a layout, because it really gives you a visual on what you're going to do. Let me just put in these, whoops, one more, like so, all the way around. And currently it's very red, but that's okay. So I can see now that I want everything here to be sandstone, but I am going to do this instead. So I'm going down one, and then I'm doing the red sandstone, like so. Right there. Good. Just need to do it like 2 more times, and then I should be good. Just one more. Right there. And I want this to be my entrance, so I'm going to do this and this. And I'm doing 2 small windows right here. And I think I'm just doing a little walkway out. And let's see. Let's just do this. And this. Yes, I like that very much. So, next step is probably just to fill in the floors. I'm just going with birch because it more or less matches the color scheme. Could have gone with a higher contrast color, but I like the birch. So again, we are more or less done. And I'm thinking just taking my wooden axe and just doing this with welded it. And birch planks, like so. This looks very nice, and seems I missed a part up here. Just taking this all the way around, like so. And to detail it, I'm going to drag a set of stairs all the way around, just to give it a bit of depth. Whoops. Like so. Give it some overhang, and I really like that. And in the same way, I'm going to fill in the roof with slabs, just so the roof isn't completely flat. Only really going to notice this in creative, but because I'm in creative and flying around all the time, this is just going to make it more appealing to me. And like so, we are more or less done. Right there. So now we just need to fill in the balcony with my sandstone, and I'm actually, now that I think about it, going to do the stairs, or not the stairs, the slabs again, just so when you look at it from the bottom, it's not completely flat, and I really like that. So next up, it's time to fill in the walls. I'm going to take some glass, and I'm going to take some birch trapdoors, just because sometimes I don't really want there to be a window, I want there to be a blind. And I might just do something like this all the way over. Not there, but here. Actually, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put the blinds down here, just so it looks like, you know, they match. And what actually happens? Do these? No, they don't. That's really nice. So I'm actually going to do this, just so you can see it from the inside, but because these don't flip all the way down, I'm just doing this over here. And I might actually, just if I were to flip them up, make sure that these match. So putting these in, you're not going to see it unless you look for it. Let's see. Just doing this, this, right there, and here. And let's see. Kinda want to see if this is going to work, and it is. Very nice. Just to give it a bit of another like feature over here, we're just going to make these without blinds, and yeah, that looks really nice. I'm thinking this wall over here is just going to be flat, but then again not really, because I think I'm going in with the walls, just doing this, this, and this, just to give it some sort of texture. Now let's see over here. I'm going to do this, and then I'm doing this, 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 and just doing 1 by 2 all the way over. Fill this in with stairs, like so, and whoops, this in with walls, and then we can go in without glass panes. Just fill everything in, and this looks very nice. Kind of funky, but I like it. Now, next step is finding out what to do with this part here. So I know I'm going to want a door right here. I'm probably just filling in this with walls. And I really like that. Let's see. And I just want to do a big window here. Not all the way to the edge, but nearly. Let's just, should this be 2? Yeah, it should be 2. Like so. And then over here, I'm only going to do like 1 right in the middle, and it's going to go all the way up top. So we're going to do this and this. Really nice. Let's see. 2 more walls to go. And I might just do the exact same, more or less. Let's see. How many windows are there? 2 there. So let me just do here, here, here. And then fill this in and this in. Let's see. Fill this in and this in. Then I want a stair here, 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 here. And then walls on top of the blocks. Again, just to give it a bit of depth. And like so. Let's see. Just fill in the windows. And yeah, I really like that. And now I think the end wall here is just going to be empty, or rather no windows. But I am going to pull the walls all the way over there. And I'm really happy with this build. I only need doors and somewhere to park your car, and whoops, like 2 doors at the same place, and some gardening done. Let's just do this, and I'm probably just extending this all the way up right there. And let's see, probably just going to go with this as well, just for a place to park the car and for consistency's sake. Let's see if I can hit the right buttons. Just doing this. Then I'm doing this. And I'm just taking this pathway and routing it behind the house. Like so. Well, like so. Just so it lines up with the house. And now it's time for the hedges, and whoops, that's not a hedge. This is a hedge. And the fences. So just take the fence over here, here, and extend it all the way up to here. Like so. And now it's time for the hedges, and I take it up to freehand, just for good measure. And to get some privacy from the main road up here. Like that, we have the hedge completely done actually. Now I want to do something here. Just do a tiny hedge. And just throw in some plants wrapping around the pathway here. No, I am not really happy with this, so instead I'm just doing some fences that stretch all the way around, like so. And here, no, like so. Next up, a couple of trees and some bone meal. Let's put a tree in the front this time, like so, and also one in the back. Great. Now it's just filling all of this in with grass and flowers, just to give it some life. Like so. And yeah, looks much better, much better. And they also have access to a tiny playground over here, which I'm really happy about, with some towers, monkey bars, seesaw, and places for parents to sit down. So this is turning out to be really nice. They have the bank over here, and I'm going to slowly but steadily expand this area as much as I can, just doing some suburbs out here in this area, away from, I know there's a skyscraper completely next to the suburbs, but that's just how it is. And then we keep the apartment buildings over here. So I might next time continue work on this, which I'm really happy about where it's heading, but I may also just put in some more of these giant apartment buildings. Only problem is they are pretty damn empty, but yeah, I'm not doing interior work on thousands of apartments, which it is about to be. Certainly feels like thousands. And then we have a, not completely done, but we at least have the exterior of a clothing store. But I think that's all I'm going to do for today. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.